guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alex. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you returning, welcome back. I wanted to do something a little bit different tonight. I know I do a lot of glam and get ready with me, but tonight I am actually going to two of my really good friends' wedding. I am so excited. I really wanted to do something special for you guys and film a video of my entire routine as well as my outfit and a little bit of the beautiful wedding that I'm about to go to, which is, I thought would be fun. I also love fashion, so sort of incorporates that. I really wanted to create this modern take on an old Hollywood glam, like superstar, whatever look with these like big curls and the red lip. So it's sort of my take on it. I think it looks very soft. The skin routine I did today, I am low-key obsessed with, and I hope you guys are too. And I wanted to show you how to get these waves. So if you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. Thank you. Okay, so I am getting ready for, well, I'm pretend getting ready for this wedding that I'm going to. I wanted to show you guys exactly what my routine will be that day. I'm going to show you what my outfit looks like at the end and a little bit of the party. So I'm going to start with my brows. This is the ANASTASIA Brow Wiz in soft brown. So I'm going to start from underneath, just really lightly draw a line along your actual brow hairs, and this is going to be the base of your brow. So I'm going to do the same thing, but not starting at the total top tip of my brow, I guess I should say, and I am making a top outline. And now to color in my brow, I'm going to start very lightly in the center, like very lightly, just mimicking brow hairs by going upwards, and then as soon as I start to get into the more densely haired area, I am going to fill it in also with little strokes, but I don't need to be as delicate with it. And you can see it has that nice fade. Now both eyebrows are fully filled in. I'm going to take the spoolie end of the pen and just brush them all out. This is just going to make it blend in with your natural eyebrow a little bit more. I'm going to go in with my Brow Boy. This is in shade Blonde, and I am going to just set my brows in place. So I don't start at the very center of my brow. I like to concentrate the product more on the outside of my brow, just like I did with the pencil. And since it is the most concentrated, as soon as you open the container and pull out your spoolie, I do the center last. Now that my brows are complete, I know they look harsh right now, but once all my makeup is on, it will look more normal. I'm going to start by prepping my face. I'm going to use the POREFESSIONAL by Benefit. I'm just putting a tiny bit on the back of my finger. A little goes a long way with this product, and I'm just putting it in any areas, just like a little dot that I'd want to minimize my pores. And I am just blending that in. I like using this product when I'm going to a very fancy event and the wedding or the makeup has to last me a long time. This is my go-to. It just makes my makeup sit on my face very nicely. I am going to start with my eyes. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my Urban Decay Naked Concealer on my eye as my primer. I'm just going to blend this in with my damp beauty blender. I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Quad. This is in Vintage Vamp, and I'm going to go into the first pink color right here. And I'm going to take it just on a blending brush and dust this all over my lid. So basically, instead of setting my eyeshadow with any powder, I am just setting it with this eyeshadow. And this will then be my brow highlight as well. So I'm getting it right up into under my brow. And it's just such a soft pink shimmer. I'm going to go into my Tom Ford bronzer. This is in TERRA. So on the same blending brush, and I'm going to start buffing this into my crease. And the reason I'm doing this is just to add a little bit of depth without using anything that's going to be too harsh. So I just want to create a little depth into my crease because I don't have very deep set eyes and I need to create it artificially with makeup. Go into my Morphe palette. This is the 35O palette, and I'm just going to go into this reddy shade right here. I am going on to another blending brush. This is a Morphe M513 brush. Putting a tiny bit of product. I'm really just pressing it onto the back of my hand so there's very little on the actual brush. Got in your desired color. I'm just going to start with the other eye. So I want most of the color to actually be concentrated on the outer V of my eye in the crease. And then I'm just using with what's ever left on my brush, just blending that towards my inner corner. And then again, you can just keep adding until you have that desired pigmentation. So to enhance the pink color on my lids, into this little NARS. This is in color Regal. I love this color. It's so pretty. I'm just taking it onto my finger and I am just pressing that onto my lid. And I am concentrating most of this towards the inner third of my eyelid. As you can see, it just has the most beautiful glisten to it. It almost gives the illusion as if my eyes look sort of glossy and wet, which is so beautiful. So to really stick with that old Hollywood glam, I am of course going to do a nice little black wing. I want it to sort of make my eyes a little more almondy. I don't want them to be too dramatic, so you'll see I'll do a very small flick. And this is the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. So I'm going to start on the inner corner of my eye and just do a nice small line towards my lash line. This doesn't need to be perfect because I'm going to keep building on it. So I want it to flick really just like that much. When you're here, I can feel no doubt. So I'm going to leave my eyes for now and I will come back to them. I am going to go onto my face. I'm using my DIOR AIRFLASH. This is in shade 300. It's going to be really dark for me right now, but I am going to have a spray tan on the actual wedding, so I just like to spray it directly onto my face, like a few little towards my jaw. Pretty much like a dot in every spot of my face, and I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and blend this all out. This also blends out really nicely, this foundation, with a like flat kabuki brush. I just prefer the finish I get when I use my beauty blender, which is why I am sticking to it. For my under eyes, I am going to mix two concealers. I'm going to mix my Naked concealer. This is in shade Light Neutral, and my Tarte Tape Shape, which is in shade Light Sand. I think my Urban Decay is a bit too dark and my Tarte is a bit too light, so I'm hoping by mixing them together I'm going to get a perfect color. So in all the obvious places that I want to highlight, this is the Urban Decay. It's a lot lighter weight than the Tarte, so I'm using very little of the Tarte because a little goes a very long way. So I'm just going to put a little dot basically wherever I put the Urban Decay. Like you can see how much that Tarte Shape Tape comes through when I start to blend that in. But it gives a little extra nice coverage in case I start to tear up during my ceremony. Something about weddings, like I don't even have to know the person and I'm still crying. They're just so cute and happy. So I'm actually going to leave the center stripe down my nose while I add my cream contour. I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in shade Beautiful Bronze. I love their products. They're so reasonable and they're so pigmented. So I'm just doing a nice, very lightly, because like the Shape Tape, they're very pigmented, so I don't want to put too much. So I'm doing a stripe down my nose. I'm going to do the hollows of my cheek, underneath my lip, and the perimeter of my forehead. This is a good look. Perhaps I should just leave it like this. So I'm going to start with my nose, blending in the tip. And the reason I left the concealer is so everything can sort of blend more seamlessly together. So I'm going to press in and down, in and down, in and down, and start blending this out. Be patient with blending out your nose concealer and make sure it is super blended because you don't want stripes down the sides of your nose. So in and down, in and down, in and down. I'm going to take the other end of my beauty blender and start tapping in the concealer part. And this I'm also bringing down onto the sides of my nose to use whatever product was picked up onto my beauty blender just to blend in that side contour. Now I'm going to blend in the rest of my contour. Now that my cream contour is all blended in, as you can see, it really just bronzed up my face. It's such a nice color, and I am going to finish with all my cream products before I move on to any powders. I'm going into my FARSALI, of course. This is my first fancy occasion since I've received it, so I have to use it. And I am just going to take that onto the back of my finger and dot it onto the high points of my cheek. Center of my nose and the middle of my brows. A little on my chin, and I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to blend this all out. So like I said in my last video, the FARSALI is really amazing because it just dries into a powder, so it makes it so easy to blend out, whereas I find some of my other cream highlights dry really fast, which make them almost hard to blend out once they're dry and set in place. I don't want to look dewy in this look, but I definitely want to have a beautiful like glow from within. Now I am going into my Glossier. This is the Cloud Paint in color Dusk. I feel like for black tie events, especially when I'm doing clients' makeup, when I'm doing my makeup, layers are key. Layers are key to it lasting, and I know it seems like a lot, but at the end it really won't look like there's a lot, so bear with me. And I'm just putting that on the apples of my cheek and blending this in. They start off super pigmented, but once you blend it in, it like blends in so much that there's not as much color payoff. So don't be scared if you think there's so much on your face. It really does blend out very easily. So to set everything that I just put onto my face, I'm going into my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. This is in shade 1. I am going into my new Morphe brush. This is my Morphe E8 brush. Honestly, it's just so dense and it packs on the product so nicely. And this product really, like, it does give a flawless airbrush finish to your face. It's not lying. So I'm putting this wherever I wouldn't want my face to crease or get creasy. And once I am done doing that, I'm going to just take it kind of all over my face to set the rest of the makeup. This is so nothing budges all night. Once that is set, I am going in to bronze up my face even more. I am going to use my MAC Global Glow. This is the Mineralized Skin Finish. I'm going to take this onto my Morphe R2 brush. And this is sort of like the Gosh powder, and it just has like a really nice sparkle to it, but it is more of a bronzer than the Gosh. So I'm using this also to kind of contour my face and give it color as well. Starting at my ear and blending towards the corner of my mouth, basically in the hollows of my cheek, just like I would with any other bronzer. And don't be afraid to get it on your ears, just to make sure everything is blended. I find that I'll go to like events and I see a lot of girls with their faces beautifully done and then their ears don't match their face, which I know seems weird, but I actually notice it a lot. So don't forget your ears, ladies. A little on the tip of my nose and then on my jawline. And of course down my neck. Always get that bronzer down your neck. To finish off my cheeks, I am going into my NARS blush. This is in color Madly. It's not too pink, it's not corally, it's just sort of a neutral blush. I am just lightly dusting this on top of where I put the cloud paint earlier. So for my under eye, I'm going to do more of a gold. This is my Dose of Colors with DESI and KATY palette. Look how beautiful these colors are. I am going into this gold color right here. Two colors, you don't need this step, but I'm going to spray my brush with a bit of MAC Fix Plus just to make that color pay off even more pigmented. And this is my Morphe E36 brush. And I am just going to put this right under, starting all the way from my inner corner along my lash line, meeting up with that wing. Already like blends out so nicely, this color. Like I don't even want to add anything else to it. I don't want to dilute it at all. So I'm just going to leave it completely as is. I am going to do a quick coat of mascara and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So now that my mascara is on, I am going to add a little bit of falsies. These are the Ardell Individuals in short. I'm just going to add a few to each corner. I am going to glue these on with my Duo Lash Glue. This is in the color brown. I like to put a little dollop of glue at the tip of the lash. I hope you can see this. Let it dry for like 10 to 20 seconds just so it's extra tacky. And then you put it right onto your lashes. They are the short length. They look more natural. I'm not really doing this for length. I'm doing this more for density. I've added about 3 to this eye, and I'm going to do the exact same thing to this eye. To finish this look off, I am going to add a little more highlight. I'm going to make Smashbox. This is in SOFLIGHTS Shimmer. Adding this to the high points of my cheek and just like lightly dusting it over wherever else I had highlighted with the FARSALI, just to give that extra glow. I am also going to take it onto a very small Morphe brush. This is an M213 brush, and I am going to use this as my inner corner highlight. To finalize this look, I'm going in doing my lips. I'm going to do something fun today, something red. I'm so excited to use this color. This is Charlotte Tilbury in Savage Rose. I'm just going to quickly line my lips. This is the Charlotte Tilbury liquid lipstick in Screen Siren. It is the most beautiful, like reddish fuchsia pink color. I don't even know what to call it. It's so nice.
I can't feel no doubts, 'cause you keep me where the stars are bound.
I am going to set my face with MAC Fix Plus. This honestly is my most heavy duty face setter spray, and it's my favorite, and it smells amazing. So this is what I'm using. I would use this for any black tie event that I am going to. I'm just letting this all dry. This is the final makeup look. I am going to now show you how I'm going to do my hair. Okay, so I have now zoomed out. This is my getting ready robe. So I have, as you can see, parted my hair to more to one side than the other. I just don't know why I chose the side, but I did. When I blow dried my hair this morning, I just made sure I had put more over. And I'm going to take these front pieces, and with a comb, I am just going to start teasing this down. I want it to have a nice like flip. Obviously it looks crazy right now, but I am going to take the comb and just not fully brush through it, but enough that it doesn't look messy like that. Take this hairspray. This is the Sebastian Sharper Zero Gravity, and I am just going to spray right where I just teased. Don't be afraid to use a lot of spray. You want this to last you all night. Now that that part is done, I am going to start curling my hair. I'm going to section it off. So I'm leaving the longest layer of hair, and I am just clipping up the rest. So I'm going to take my Conair curling iron. This is the 1 1/4 inch barrel. And so on this side of my hair where I have the most amount of hair, I want the curls going away from my face, and on this side I want them coming in. So all the curls are going in one direction. I just want to make sure that the direction is in the side I want. So I'm going to take these pieces, I'm going to wrap them around the barrel away from my face. I'm leaving like, I would say I'm leaving about like 2 inches on the bottom straight. So again, I'm leaving this little piece out so that it is straight at the bottom. You can also use the actual barrel and just put the curls away from your face. Again, leaving the little ends out. It just gives the curl a bit of a different shape, so I'm probably going to stick to wrapping it, but just so you can see.
It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me.
Just be careful that you don't burn your face or your hands or your neck. So like I said, you can also wrap it around the barrel, which is also faster and easier. This I do on a few pieces, but other than that, I want the curls to be pretty consistent. To finish the bottom layer, I'm going to let down another layer and just do the same thing. Onto my last layer of hair. This is obviously the most important part of the process. So I'm going to start with this piece. This is where I want that big swoosh. So just going to wrap it again, leaving out the ends, clamping down for a few seconds, and then it is going to fall like this. So I'm going to keep doing this all the way around this level layer of hair. I want these pieces to come forward, so I'm leaving out the ends. And I like to just keep pressing just so my hair doesn't get crimped in any weird position. Now that all of my pieces are done, I am going to take some hairspray and I'm just going to spray my head. And now taking my comb, this is the most important step. You want to brush through all the curls so that they sort of all blend together as one curl, if that makes any sense. Like you want it to all just sort of blend, like melt in together like this. So to make it stay sort of clumped together as one curl, I like to take it and just brush up wherever there's a curl, and this sort of like mats it all together. So I do it right basically at the bottom of the curl, and then you can separate the pieces. Necessary. I'll do another quick spray. Just sort of separating it with my fingers and then spraying it. This piece I am going to tuck behind my ear. I'm wearing these beautiful earrings, so I want to show them off. I'm just going to take a little hairspray onto my hand and tack this down. I don't want it to be necessarily pinned down. I just want it to sort of stay in place. And then any other pieces of hair that are out of place, I just like to spray a little hairspray onto my hand and then take those pieces and put them where I want them. So I have a lot of baby hairs over where I'm trying to part my hair, because my hair naturally parts in the middle, so I want to make sure all those pieces are over and tucked in. And to make my hair nice and silky and shiny, I'm going into my Caristis oil. It smells so good too, which is always nice. I put a tiny little drop in my hands because if you put too much, it literally instantly turns your hair greasy, so you don't want to do that. And you just want to sort of scrunch whatever the word is, into your hair. Sort of take all those flyaway pieces, make sure everything is tapped down and silky and shiny and smooth. And voila, this is the hair look. So I am going to go change and I will be right back. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I really wanted you to be a part of this night and getting ready with me and seeing what I do start to finish in terms of my makeup and my hair. And now I'm going to show you my outfit and a little bit more of the night. So please stay tuned and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much. Subscribe, please.
Sometimes when you're here, I can't feel no doubts, 'cause you keep me where the stars are bound. It does.
My poor robe is always orange when I am done my makeup. Oh baby, no one's here. It's okay. Oh, tell me that wasn't recording.